These rattlesnakes are actually the smallest rattlesnake in the world. They max out about 2.5 feet, but I've only rarely seen one over a foot, maybe 18 inches in length. They are spread across the southern eastern United States. They're all throughout Florida, they're in Alabama, all the way up to the Carolinas, north and south, and even over to East Texas. They are a pit viper as well, so they have these pits between their nose and their mouth that allows them to sense heat, and that's how they pick up their prey. You see that tail wiggling though? That was so awesome to film. I don't have a lot of footage of it, but that is actually this lure on the back of their tail, and it's that yellow part. Look at it wiggle, just going right. So it's super cool. What that's designed to do is they eat on lizards, frogs, and small rodents, so that's gonna mimic a worm, so that way they can draw the prey basically to them, and then when that prey tries to bite eating the worm, they're gonna bite it, inject the fangs with its hemotoxin, and that animal is gonna die, and they're gonna swallow it down. Being a hemotoxin, what it's actually gonna do is cause the blood to clot, so it's gonna attack the red blood cells. Though it's not fatal to humans, it's gonna basically swell up, and it's gonna be excruciating pain, and you could even lose a finger or even a toe depending on where you get bit by it. And actually, honestly, now that I think about it, my cousin was actually hospitalized by one when he had stepped on it, and it was not a fun experience for him. He was probably there, I think, maybe a week or two, and looking back now, thankfully, he has all his toes still. And a terrible segue, but this was actually my first time ever seeing one in the wild. Not like in a zoo or at a place. I had never seen one in my entire life of being in Florida. So being able to find this, let alone finding 4 in one day, was honestly the trip of a lifetime, and it was only 30 minutes from my house. I also just kind of want to mention how cool it was. He just curled up, and was just soaking up the morning sun, and it was just chilling with us. And I don't know if he really wanted my camera in his face, but I certainly enjoyed it. I still can't, I just love their black heads, and it's just, they're so little. It's just so freaking cool. This was actually the second one we had found on the day. The first one we found within 10 minutes. I nearly stood on it, and which is kind of funny since I had just said that about my cousin earlier. Luckily, I was wearing boots. But anyways, we hung out with this one for about 30 minutes or so, and then he kind of got tired of us, and he slunk back over into the cover of the palm fronds and the leaf litter. And now please ignore the awful shadow. I was not taking in consideration that the sun was actually behind me, and I do not think the rattlesnake was ready to take a part 2. About an hour later, though, we did find another one, and look how he blends in with the sand, and it's if you don't see them, they're just gone, and that's why a lot of people get bit, too. And we found a 4th one that got hit by a car, and it was kind of a real bummer. That was all the footage we got, so I'll leave you with this again because I just can't get over how cute he is with his little tail wiggling. It was an awesome hike, and I hope you enjoyed it because I can't wait to go back. And as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I gotta say about that.